Father Stan Swamy was born on April 26, 1937 in Tamil Nadu, India. He was a Catholic priest and was known as Jesuit tribal right activist. The Indian democracy and criminal justice system stood significantly diminished on the afternoon of 6th July 2021 when a strong defender of tribal and land rights breathed his last breath in the hospital in Mumbai. At the time of his death, he was still a judicial custody charged under the anti-terror law with participating a Maoist conspiracy to foment caste violence and assassinate India's Prime Minister. He was arrested on 8 October 2020 in Ranchi, Jharkhand by the National Investigation Agency that is tasked with fighting terrorism and seduction under controversial Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1969. The following day, he was lodged in Thalassa Central Jail. In the nearly 9 months of detention, his repeated pleas for bail was rejected. Yet, charges against him have never been proven. He championed the rights of the indigenous and marginalized people of Jharkhand through legal means and never with violence. Therefore, he denied all charges of the Bhima Koregaon case, saying it is a place that I have never been to in all my life. He was a gentle, fearless warrior for indigenous rights, braver, more resolute, and more determined. He spent the last decades of his life in a small room in the ashram Ranchi, with just a few belongings, some changes of clothes, some books, a music cassette, and a laptop. He should have been celebrated as a hero, a national treasurer. Instead, our state, its police, its terror investigators, and its jail officials, its public prosecutors, enabled and supported by the judiciary, chose to confine him during the COVID-19 pandemic in a crowded, unsanitary prison, while his death so rapidly unraveled. The ailing 84-year-old human rights activist who suffered from Parkinson's disease and other age-related conditions, including hearing impairment, who died eventually. His death indeed is institutional murder by the Indian criminal justice system. Father Stan himself had to say about the other he met in prison. Many poor under trial did not know the charges against them. As for himself, he defined his spirit by saying, "A caged bird can still sing." I quote his words when he was arrested. "What is happening to me is not something unique happening to me alone. It is a broader process that is taking place in all over my country. Prominent intellectuals, lawyers, writers, poets, activists, student leaders, they all are put into the jails just because they have expressed their dissent and raised questions about the ruling power of India," I unquote. He is known as the latest saint of modern India's poor. The custodial hospitalization restrained his movement, but his death, his legacy is set free now, inspiring thousands and all of us in every part of India and in the globe. His mission will continue and will never succumb to evil.